reading and writing is something we are able to do. But then as soon as it comes to like, can you come over here, can you speak something, just say a few words for a couple of minutes, then people freeze, like how their mind goes blank. And when you give them an essay to write, like, can you write here for 5 minutes, they can write that, but they cannot speak
Yes.
that. So you
Yeah.
are 100% right. It all comes down to environment, the exposure, and also very, very important thing is
Points.
stepping out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
finally we connected. We are waiting for the. I'm waiting for the very long period of time.
Yeah, so
But
was
yeah, you
I.
would where. Yes.
Okay, so before we proceed further, if you could give a brief introduction, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Savita Rai.
Hmm.
I'm basically from Bihar, but living in New Delhi. I have completed Bachelor of Engineering, and currently I am working in
Hmm.
New Delhi as well. And nowadays I'm learning this language. So yes, I think like let's be have a conversation with because I have been also using some application, CV
Hmm.
application where I do practice, but in there I find like people are asking same kind of question, and we are not able to talk more and more
Hmm.
in different topics. So but I just want to improve my English, just want to become fluent. So we have to talk with different topic, and then we are able to recognize the different kind of vocabulary and able to think much. So that's what I just think to have a conversation like on YouTube.
Hmm. No, you're right. I haven't personally used CV application, but I think there might be a timer there, right? So is
No,
there a
like there
like
is
limit?
yes, a half an hour free calls they
Hmm.
provided, and if you have subscription, then you can call like unlimited calls are there.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean, I can guess that most of the conversations must be like, how are you doing and how's your day going? And then it
yes,
ends. Because I talked
yes,
to
basic
somebody,
questions.
hmm, it's
Yes.
the
So you are
same.
become fluent in the introducing yourself and basic things, but
Hmm,
once we like once anyone ask and any question and give the topic to speak for 20 minutes and 10 minutes, then we are able to like then we are stuck in between, we are not able like
hmm,
correct word not pop up in our mind in a correct time. So that is
yeah.
the thing. So that's why I just think I somewhere I also one two friend are there who I talk with them through Telegram. So there I talk more and more in different topics sometimes, but again there is also like they are not free when I am free. So
Hmm.
yes,
Yeah, I think
yes,
one good thing and the best thing about these kind of applications is that you meet similar learners. They are also there to learn English. They are also there to master spoken English. So what happens is when you find the right people, you can just simply share your email ID and be like, whenever you're free, maybe during this weekend or within 1 month, we can just set a time where we can share the Zoom link, so one person can share the
yes,
Zoom link and the others can join. And then beforehand, you can decide a topic like, let's talk about friendship. Let's talk about fame, whatever let's talk about our favorite hobbies or movies, anything. So, like, then
yes,
everybody can set a timer, like, you have to speak for 5 minutes. So, when you speak there on the spot, I think that brings a drastic improvement in your English. That's
yes,
what, yeah, that's what I personally felt for myself as well. It increases your thinking capabilities, your creativity increases, and also obviously your spoken English, your confidence also increases, because confidence also matters so much. Sometimes what happens is somebody can be like, well, when I'm sitting in a room, there is nobody around me, I can speak English, but as soon as I start speaking, I start having real interactions, I start stuttering. So these kind of things happen with people. And so that
yes, yeah.
that's
Not our language, we are learning as a second or third language, we are learning this
yeah.
language, and once we are not connected with this language, then we are not able to explain in a good
Hmm.
manner. Our tongue is not habit to speak this language. So that's what I try to use every single day. I try to speak at least half an hour in the CV application, because I don't have
Hmm.
much option now. So yes, I try to use half an hour at least where I
Hmm.
sometimes I also find the people who has good command over this language, then we also learn something from them, and we discuss more upon any topic and we talk more, then we also like learn some new words, learn their culture, their idea, thoughts, so many
Hmm.
things we can learn from there too.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're a working woman and you
Yes.
started learning English, right? So is it because of your job or is it because you personally feel like I need to increase my confidence? That's why I need to learn English, or just I want to be more presentable in a social circle. Like, what's your motive?
Yes. Yes, yeah, my motive was like I have desire to learn this language. I
Hmm.
was very fascinated toward this language ever since I was in college, but I didn't do anything in that back
Hmm.
then that in order to improve my English. But in this year I have decided I have to learn. So yeah, I but I'm not very consistent earlier. I started in the month of February. I do
Hmm.
practice couple of practice I do, that is listening, reading, and speaking. So for 3 months I do, but not very much consistent. I was in that time, but now in that time I had I was able to see the changes in my way of speaking, and then I quit for next 3 months. I didn't do anything, uh,
Hmm.
like some or the other reason I was not able to do, and then I again started in this like in the month of June, and
Hmm.
from 24th of June I am very consistent with all those practice like listening, reading, and speaking. So yes, and then see like how continue I am able to be consistent.
Hmm. I'm sure you will be uh, continuous with this journey, because once you get that motivation, right? Once you get that feeling like, yes, I'm genuinely improving, then you want to do it on your own. It becomes a hobby, it becomes a passion. So,
Yes, yeah.
yeah, you don't need to worry
And now
about
I
that.
don't feel like it's a burden for me because I have
Hmm.
to go office, and then I do each and everything is like effortless, I would say,
Hmm.
because I'm enjoying my journey.
Hmm.
Whatever I am doing now, like I get up little bit early in the morning, and then I try to cover all those practice in the morning as well. If I'm not able to do in morning, then sometimes I do in evening.
Hmm.
Speaking practice I do in evening, but reading and listening I just try to cover in morning itself.
Hmm.
Oh, yes, and what is like your what should I do more? Like I have explained all those things which I am doing currently in order to improve
Hmm.
my English. So what are the things that should I work upon?
I think there are two things you can do. First one is self practice, in which what you can do is you can randomly select topics of your interest, of any random topic, and then you can set a timer in your mobile, like, okay, I have to speak for 10 minutes. I have to speak on this topic, and then you start speaking. Maybe you can look in the mirror, maybe you can just sit calmly on a chair and then start speaking. So once you do that, you will realize, like, okay, these are the places where I'm lacking. Maybe I'm not able to think, or maybe I am able to think, but I'm not able to express it fluently. Maybe I'm stuttering a bit. So that's when you kind of realize the weaknesses. Then what you can do is you can also record yourself if you want. So when you're recording yourself, you can listen to it later, because what happens is sometimes when people are speaking, they don't really realize any mistakes. They feel like, yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I was very fluent. And then what happens is, like, when they record themselves and they listen again, you, like, I'm pretty sure that you are able to realize mistakes whenever you make some. So
Yeah.
whenever you record yourself and then you listen again, you're like, okay, wait, I used incorrect tense over here, or I could have used better vocabulary over here, or uh, maybe I skipped some conjunction words over here. So these kind of things. And so basically self
Yes.
analyzing. Now at this point, you know that these are the places where I'm lacking. And so now you will subconsciously keep this in your mind the next time when you speak, that, okay, this is where I have to pay more attention. This thing you can
Yes,
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Once or twice I think I do the same, like
Hmm.
I record myself, but
Hmm.
yeah, where I realize like I do mostly mistakes in past tense.
Hmm.
I was because while speaking I was not very conscious, and in that time I do mistakes in past tense
Hmm.
and preposition, articles. Where should
Hmm.
I like put? So So where there I am lacking, but I'm not very consistent with this practice. Once or twice I have done recording.
Hmm. Yeah, you don't need
Yes.
to be consistent every day because it's not possible for us to do this every single day. And when we repeat something, we get bored. We're like, okay, now let's do something else. So that's why it's good
Yes.
to keep switching. Although you can come back to it maybe like once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. So that you're keeping a track of your progress. Like, okay, last month, this is how I was speaking compared to now, this my new recording. This is how I'm speaking now, and I see the improvement. So it's basically like you keeping a diary of your, progress of your journey. So that helps a lot. And second thing that you're already doing, which is like connecting with people on YouTube. The more people you connect with, the more knowledge increases because everybody has a different way of expressing, different set of vocabularies. And so what happens
Yes,
is
you
like,
are the third one. I think I am connected with the
hmm,
YouTube channel.
hmm,
You are the third one.
yeah.
Yes.
So what happens is when you keep doing that, you kind of get to know, like, okay, this is how this person speaks, this is how that person speaks, and this is my comfort space, this is how I will speak. So this is a very good thing to do. And I always tell learners, like, keep speaking to as many people as you can. The more people you speak to,
Yes.
not only does your knowledge increase, but your confidence also increases.
Confidence.
Because
Exactly. A fear.
hmm,
Sometimes we have fear to facing camera,
yeah,
right? So it's also happened initially when I like speak through camera first time. In that time, my voice is vibrating. I was not able
yeah,
to like speak properly. But now a little bit. Now I'm comfortable. I don't feel hesitate
hmm,
much. I yeah. Although I feel little bit, but not much. So
hmm,
yes, slowly and gradually. Like if you do
yeah,
practice regularly, then able
hmm.
to reduce.
Yeah, I can assure you that this feeling resides away because for me also, when I started my YouTube channel, initially my voice was shaking, like it was visibly shaking. You could clearly
Mhm.
hear that I was so nervous because I would keep glancing at the screen and I would keep seeing like, how am I looking? Like, is everything okay? Um, how am I
Yes, yeah.
speaking? Yeah, you get very, very conscious like about yourself, how you're doing. But that feeling just goes away with time, as many people as you speak to. And now I've become very comfortable in my own space, like it's okay, I'm talking to somebody, we're just chatting as friends. Two friends have which have the same goal, that is to learn English. So that's when you keep in mind these kind of nervous shaking feelings, they go away. Because
Yes.
yeah, I remember one learner, he came to me and he was like, I don't know about this. I mean, when you post it on YouTube, I feel like there would be comments. And I tell them, like, you have to keep one thing in mind. If there are these comments, those are the people that searched for the video, like how to learn English, which means they also have the goal that you have. They are also learners.
Yeah, exactly.
You are also learner. I'm also a learner. We are all learning over here. So there is absolutely
Yes.
nothing to be worried about. Instead, we should just uplift each other, help each other out, and like grow together. That's when you
Yeah,
keep.
making mistakes is a part of learning, right?
Hmm.
Everyone do mistakes. No one
Yeah,
is perfect
exactly.
in the first day, right? Slowly
Hmm.
and gradually, we are able to improve. So initially, everyone do mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. And when you are making mistakes, it's a good thing, which means you are learning. Because if somebody doesn't even start learning, how would they make mistakes? That's because they didn't even start. So it's a really good thing. Hmm. Yeah. So, one question I always ask the learners is because I'm always curious about it. Did you study in English medium or was it a vernacular medium?
It was my vernacular, I would say,
Hmm.
like Hindi medium. I
Hmm.
have completed my education in Hindi medium itself. When I was in my BTech in
Hmm.
graduation, then in that time I have to read all those subjects in English. There was
Hmm.
no any option. You have to read in English. In that time, I also struggle a lot.
Yeah.
Initially, I was not able to understand any lecture when I enroll myself in the BTech, like Bachelor of Engineering. In that time, I am
Hmm.
like everything is goes on my mind. I don't even understand even a single words, because my,
Hmm.
if once you have completed your education, like your till 10th or 12th in Hindi medium, and then come like automatically you shifted Hindi to English, so that
Hmm.
was very challenging. And
Hmm.
I search the word in dictionary, what was the meaning of that word, what will be the meaning of that word. And like yeah, so in that time I just slowly and gradually I now able to understand, but not much. I was not
Hmm.
able to speak. I was able to read and write, but I was not able to speak in that time, even a single
Hmm.
sentence. I started to fumbling while have a conversation with others, and fear
Hmm.
is always in our mind. So that
Hmm.
is the thing. But now I am able to express, not in a good manner, but yeah, now I'm able to express myself, my knowledge, my idea in front of anyone. Earlier, I was not able to do.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that
you're
that was the thing.
expressing yourself in a very good manner. So don't say that you're not doing it in a great way. Honestly, you're very
Yeah, yeah.
fluent. Like you are from the point we began to now, you didn't stutter even once. You've been presenting yourself very confidently. So that's why I asked you a question like, are you from English medium? Because I was confused.
No,
Because you, yeah,
no,
you
no, no.
speak good. So, hmm,
I was in Hindi medium, so that was challenging. It's not depend on Hindi or English. I have observed so far. It's depend on also environment. If
hmm,
someone have completed their education in English medium, and they don't have environment, they don't surrounded with the people who speak English language, then they are not able to express themselves in
hmm,
a good manner. I have observed, and some many of my friends they have completed their education, their graduation in English medium,
hmm,
and still they are not able to express themselves because they don't have environment. So it totally depend on environment too.
hmm. Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
yeah,
What happens actually in most of the English medium schools is that people are writing the paper in English. However, the teachers are teaching in Hindi, friends are talking in Hindi, and we are
yes,
basically having the learning in Hindi. And then we just have to write the paper. So reading and writing is something we are able to do. But then as soon as it comes to like, can you come over here? Can you speak something? Just say a few words for a couple of minutes, then people freeze, like how their mind goes blank. And when you give them an essay to write, like, can you write here for 5 minutes, they can write that, but they cannot speak
yes,
that. So you
yeah,
are 100% right. It all comes down to environment, the exposure, and also very very important thing is stepping out of your comfort zone. So when
yes,
we are having a conversation right now, that means you stepped out of your comfort zone. Obviously, it can make you feel jittery. It can make you feel nervous because being in front of camera. Now, being in front of camera is another thing. Presenting yourself, speaking is another fear. So
yes,
there are two fears combined, right? So, but
exactly.
you, yeah, but you did that. You stepped out of your comfort zone. So this is your, I could say, the best way to learn any language, to do anything in life, to learn anything in life, which is to step out of your comfort zone, which you're doing right now. So that is amazing. And the thing that you mentioned about having trouble as a Hindi medium student, I also observed that. I mean, I was a English medium student, but during our BTech time, what happened was like there were two groups, Hindi medium and English medium, and they just wouldn't interact much with each other for some reason. I did not understand that. It was the same case with our seniors also. I think it was that Hindi medium students were comfortable around each other. So like even if I would sit with them, like with the Hindi medium students, they would be very nice and talk to me, but eventually going to canteen or stuff like that, it would be very clear that they are comfortable being with each other. And also the technical terms that we would study, so we would study that in English, they had to translate that in Hindi. So the professors were helpful. They would be like, this is what it's called in Hindi. So that's when they would be like, oh, okay. They would have to literally learn the meaning in English of that technical word. So I can
Yes, yeah,
understand.
we also do the same. Like, yeah, our
Hmm.
professor are also very helpful. They
Yeah.
explain somewhere we are not able to understand, then we ask the question, what was the meaning of that word
Hmm.
you just said? Then he explained in Hindi also.
Hmm. So that's
Yes.
how things would be. So I can understand. I mean, already BTech is not an easy degree. First, you have to do that. Then you also have to translate everything in English. So we are juggling
Yes.
with two things at the same time. So it's not easy. I can understand that.
First
But
semester I was so scared if, was I am able to clear my exam or not, because, because that was
hmm,
totally subject was English medium, and I
yeah.
my background was totally Hindi medium. I
Hmm,
was not able to, but I did a hard work in the first semester, and then I clear all those paper. But yeah, in one paper in the chemistry, that was totally in theoretical paper. I was very
hmm,
good at maths and physics. So
hmm,
somewhere like we are in like you have to solve the questions right in
hmm,
mathematics when it comes to mathematics, and then
hmm.
other stuff science you can do, like you can think, you can also think to yourself once your
Yeah.
concept is clear, and then you can solve the question. But once it comes to the totally subject in theoretical, that was chemistry, sometimes numerical, I was very good at numerical too.
Hmm,
I solve all those questions, but in when it comes to writing something in a long paragraph, where I was lacking, I was not so like, yeah, I in first semester like chemistry, I was not able to clear chemistry
hmm,
subject, and in that time like I was very what I said, I keep crying all the day, and then in that day I have decided, no, I'm not gonna back in any subject in our 4 year next 4 year. And
hmm,
then so first semester like, yeah, one back in the subject of chemistry, and then I never got any back in the last
hmm,
4 year, and last year I have got 80% of marks total
hmm.
CGP 80%. So
Yeah.
yes, so, so I
Hmm,
like I did hard work, then I clear. Otherwise, like I just scared like how I cleared my
hmm,
exam, how I, because totally subject was English, and then slowly and gradually like I think like this is not much hard. Like if we learn, if we read, if we put our efforts, then everything is become easy.
hmm,
So, but speaking, I was lacking in speaking still. So, in this year, I have decided I have to become fluent in English in a speaking part also. So that's
hmm.
why I'm doing all those things.
Yeah, so just to
Yes.
be curious, how were you able to clear your chemistry exam the second time? Because again, it was the same kind of paper, theoretical. So how did you do
Yeah,
that?
theoretically, yeah, I did a lot of hard works, and then I
Hmm,
cleared, and I got like good marks in chemistry as compared to all subjects.
hmm,
So yes, like it will take 1 year. Then we slowly and gradually we also able good in writing and able to understand all those subjects. So one of my seniors, he teach all those things, how what was the technique and how you will have read in exam. And
hmm,
so somewhere like, yeah, she helped me, and then I also uh, put my efforts to, I
hmm,
give like 2 3 hours for that subject separately, and
hmm.
then yeah, it's cleared in the next semester. I was able to clear.
So with practice, you basically learned, and from your senior, you learned that there is a writing technique, how you cleared the
Yes,
exam.
technique also.
Hmm,
Yes, but because I don't have much idea to write and how to write down in exams in theoretical
hmm,
subjects, so some techniques are also there.
hmm.
Yes.
Okay. And by that point, you were still not speaking, not working on spoken English, right? That started this year only.
Yes, this year in the month of February I start. Although I start in sometimes like in last year I have also started, but I was not very consistent. I start just from reading only. So I
Hmm,
do read. Reading is one I love reading whenever I have times. Then I read.
hmm,
So I did do reading only, not speaking. So speaking comes through speaking. I have heard like
yeah.
if you read something regularly, you are a good reader. You become a good reader, and if you listen something regularly, you become a good listener.
Hmm,
But first, if you want to become a good speaker, then you have to speak.
yeah.
So that's why speaking I didn't do earlier, but yeah, in this year I do like I use CV application, and there I do practice.
Hmm. So you didn't mention grammar anywhere in your journey. That means, did you not learn grammar? Or did you formally learn
Yeah.
grammar with proper standard books?
Yes, well, honestly, I'm speaking. I'm not learn grammar separately. I have
Okay.
some knowledge. When I was
Hmm.
in college, in the school, in that time, I learned grammar. So
Hmm.
basic knowledge I have of types, like how many types of grammars and their
Hmm.
like present, past, future, then present perfect,
Hmm.
present continuous, present perfect continuous. I have some knowledge, and then in that basis, I started to speak, and now I listen more and more. I want to. I try to listen more and more, and from there I got like how they use the grammar pattern. If
Hmm.
they speaking about the past tense, then how they use. So through listening, I am able to learn something, some part of grammar, but I haven't still I haven't uh, I what I haven't read and learned separately grammar so
Hmm.
far. I just focus on speaking parts. Once I have achieved some fluency, then I think I have to work on the grammar separately also.
Hmm. Okay. So, do you think that learning grammar during school kind of helped you a little bit when you were
Yes,
speaking or
yeah,
learning? Hmm.
yes, exactly. Helping because yeah, when I am talking about present continuous, then I have to what should I have to be like ing
Hmm.
form, and then if we
Hmm.
talk about in the past, past perfect, what should I? So sometimes yeah, we are conscious while speaking, while writing, but while speaking, sometimes I'm not much
Hmm.
conscious. Then I do mistakes also. But yeah, it's help when whatever I have learned in grammar part in during my school days, that's helped me because that was the basic things. Basic once you have like you just you are in this journey, and so you must have the basic knowledge of grammar. If you
Hmm.
if you are not able to make the sentence, if you use the present instead of past, then meaning is totally changed. Meaning
Yeah.
has totally changed,
Hmm.
right? So that
Right.
is the thing. So that's basic things. Basic knowledge I have in the grammar. I did learn separately, but I
Hmm.
want to learn separately also some part. Like in past, mostly I
Hmm.
want to
Hmm.
work upon past things because where I am lacking.
Right. Yeah, it's good to learn simultaneously both the things because that helps a lot. Because some people just learn grammar, and when you just learn grammar and don't listen or speak, you don't relate to it. You forget the
Yeah,
rules within a few months. You definitely forget the rules. But if you keep doing
yeah,
both the things simultaneously, you're like, okay, well, I applied the rules over here. I used it. I formed a proper sentence. Now I'm confident, and now I will never forget the rules for sure. So it's
yes,
a very good technique to be learning both the things. Okay. So if you have any questions, we can continue. Otherwise, we can wrap up the session. It's all up to you.
yes, yeah. So like I'm speaking, like it's been a 20 minutes. We are 20,
Hmm.
or I think 29 minutes. We have a
Yeah.
conversation so far.
Hmm.
So like have you observed where I'm lacking and which part I have to work upon?
Honestly, I felt like there is no part we're specifically lacking. There were a little bit of grammatical mistakes at some points, but what happens is that if I stop you right over there and I say like, don't say this, say that, then you're going to
Yes,
be become very conscious. Like, what am I going to speak? The next sentence that I speak. So
yeah,
that's not a good way. That's why obviously, like we are recording this session, and then when you listen to it, you'll be easily able to catch like, okay, these are where I made the mistakes, but there were like the 100% of what you spoke, 90% of that was correct. Only 10% was there that, and it was not the kind of mistake that wouldn't make me understand like what you meant. I could perfectly understand everything, the entire message that you wanted to convey. So you don't have to worry about anything. You just need to keep connecting with more and more people, and
it's
within a few months you will see a drastic improvement. I can assure you that.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your kind words. And yes, one more thing I just ask you, like while sometimes I'm struggling to construct the sentence.
Hmm.
Sometimes I know what to, but I was not able to find the correct words. Correct words are not pop up in the right time in my mind while
Hmm.
speaking. Once
Hmm.
I am thinking in my mind, then I was like I am able to think in a correct way. But while speaking,
Hmm.
that time I was not. I was struggling to construct the sentence. Sometimes sentence which are unfamiliar, like if
Hmm.
we are talking about any different topic and which are unfamiliar to me, there
Hmm.
I know the meaning of what I'm going to say, what I'm about to say, but once it comes to construct the paragraph, whole sentence,
Hmm.
where I was not able to do.
Hmm.
I was I'm not able to do.
Yeah. So don't think of this like speaking the entire paragraph. Take it into like small sentences. So you just have to set this goal like I will say one sentence at a time. Okay. All you have to do is you have to have faith in yourself, and then nobody can stop you. I can assure you that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Hmm.
thank you so much
Yeah. Okay.
for
It was really nice
construct.
connecting with you and a very insightful session. Okay.
Yeah, same here, same here. Thank you so much to take time out for me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
And yeah, thank you so much
yeah,
to you as well for joining and have a great day ahead.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.